Everybody, Crow back again, and today I was at the Video Game Summit, and that was in Villa Park, Illinois. I've got the flyer right here at the Odeum Expo Center on July 17th, 2021. It's the same day I'm filming this. I'm filming this later in the day. The video probably won't go up till July 18th, this video in particular. It was from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And yeah, it's not a super huge event, but it is growing. In fact, is one of the things, more vendors, new space, and yeah, they actually moved into a bigger area than it has been in past years, and there certainly were more vendors, but it wasn't crowded or anything because of the new space. There's plenty of room to walk around and everything, a whole bunch of things to see, but it's nothing like the Midwest Gaming Classic or PAX or anything like that. It's like a fraction of those event sizes, but still, good time to go around. It's very cheap. It's like only $10 to get in. And this video is going to be broken down into two parts. The first part is going to be the footage that I've taken while I was there. I'm going to do some commentary over it. And then after that will be the pickups that I picked up from the event. And there's quite a few things that I've picked up, at least 32 games. So yeah, you could skip around, there'll be time codes or whatever. So let's first look at the footage that I took while I was there. All right, we're gonna start by overlooking pretty much the entire area. The whole event took place in a bigger area than it did before. Before it was upstairs in a bunch of different rooms, and this time it's pretty much on the main floor. I think this is where they normally have the hockey, which is why you get the bleachers up in the corners. This was actually a lot bigger than it has been in past years. A lot more spread out, even though there were more vendors. You can see there's a pretty good crowd there. It's actually more people than I've ever actually seen there in the past. The arcade machines you see there were actually brought in from Galloping Ghost. We saw NBA Jam. We just passed by Moon Patrol. There's a Mortal Kombat 2. And then over here we had a Q*bert and a Rampage, all provided by Galloping Ghost. I didn't see Doc Mac there, so I don't know if he was there or not, but I did play many of those machines here. And now we're pretty much just, walking around the floor. There was a guy selling a whole bunch of pop vinyls. Now, spoiler, I did not buy any pop vinyls. So we're just going to look around. I looked around like many times. I showed up there at 10 a.m., and walked around, and then walked around again, bought stuff, took a trip to my car, and came back, walked around, bought more stuff. There were plenty of systems. Of course, if you've been to anything like this, bigger or smaller, it's almost like a flea market in a way. This guy here, he was the only one, well, I shouldn't say the only one, but that was selling like boxed Commodore 64 games. The games he was selling, I was interested in. The only problem was that they were graded and kind of sealed, and that way I wouldn't even be able to look at them. So I was like, I wasn't really interested in that. This area was interesting. The arcade 816, the arcade 816, because it's like I guess it's like a video game museum, but we'll get back to that later. But this Yeti Kong, I guess this is kind of promoting an arcade in Southeast Chicago, and this is like a southeast or southwest Chicago, kind of a modified version of Donkey Kong. This is the NES version of Donkey Kong Classics, where Donkey Kong has been replaced with the Yeti. Is he throwing pizzas? I don't know. But this is back to Arcade 816. They have these arcade cabinets with the glass bottoms in there, and I guess this museum that they have is pretty much these machines, but they also make them so you could purchase them, because I went on their website. Looks like they have some that you can buy. I don't know if they're going to keep doing that or not. And they have the arcade panels and stuff that you could use and swap out. And if you're interested in these, minimum $2,000 for one of these things. But we had the Atari 2600 one there, and I thought it was kind of funny that it was playing Zookeeper, because that was a game I got in the mail recently. I think we passed by the Sega Genesis one. We're looking at the Sega Master System one there. There's a Neo Geo one, and I really like the detail that they put into the control panel and the little window that you could use to display different things. Here's the NES one. They were playing Contra, and they would change out the games that were in these machines throughout the day. So, you could play something and your Super Nintendo with Adventure Island or Super Adventure Island. So you could play the game, leave, come back, and something else totally different could be in there. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then we're looking at the side. There was a Game Boy version that was playing Tetris, and they swapped it out with Donkey Kong, I remember later. And there's our Sony PlayStation 1. And near that area is where they had this Tetris Attack tournament. So every so often they'd have a tournament with several different prizes throughout the day. There's Paul Zimmerman. Behind him was Adam Koralik. There's Brett Weiss. I talked with all of them. There's Paul Niemeyer, artist for Mortal Kombat. I had a good time talking with everybody, and not just them, but just in general, talking with the vendors and everything. It's a good time all around. Again, we're just kind of looking around the floor again. There's some posters, and again, I went around the floor many times, and every time I did, there was something I found that I didn't see before, and I had to pick it up and buy it. So the pickups after this portion of the video, it might last a while because I did pick up over 30 games and some additional stuff. Oh yeah, over in this other section they had some consoles set up. So we have a Jaguar that was playing Raiden. There's a CDI playing a shoot 'em up I never heard of before called Alien Gate. There's a Nintendo 64 there playing GoldenEye. 3DO there, and that was, I don't know what that was playing, and it may look empty here now, but I just kind of just Dreamcast and Power Stone. But I thought that was a great opportunity to go along the way, because there was like a lot of people playing some of these games. We just passed by an NES with Super Mario Brothers, a PlayStation 2 with some Star Wars game. There's a GameCube with Mario Kart Double Dash. A lot of people were playing that one. There's a PlayStation 3, had PlayStation All-Stars in there. A Sega Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. PlayStation with Mortal Kombat Trilogy, I believe that was, and another Nintendo 64 that had NFL Blitz. This over here, there was a whole section there for the Another Zelda podcast, and they were doing a trivia thing with the panel, so it was pretty fun to sit there and watch that for a while. And we're pretty much ending this portion of the video. The footage I took, I went up in the bleachers and I just kind of filmed another overlook higher up, so you get a better idea of what the layout was like. Again, not a super big show or anything. This is like the biggest I'd seen this show. All right, so I'm looking at the things that I've picked up from this event. And first of all, I got a whole bunch of flyers and cards and whatnot. These are the video game and pinball trading cards. This is the flyer for the Arcade 816. It just says Chicago South Suburbs. I don't know why I thought it said Southeast or Southwest. I'll have to look that up because that might be interesting to go to. I did look at their website, and I'll put a link to their website below. And it did show some stuff, them building the units or whatever, and whatever's for sale. Again, here's another card for that. Brett Weiss's NES Omnibus. Just a whole bunch, the flyer for the Pinball Expo 2021 that I really am planning on attending to. And apparently there's going to be way more video games. There's a bigger video game section than there was last year. Not last year, but 2019. And that was the first year they actually had done that. Like just various vendors. And here's the Another Zelda podcast. But for actual items, I'm going to start out with the big item first. And that item would be this. It is a Intellivision. I happened to see this while I was walking around. I was actually thinking about getting an Intellivision again. I actually sold one off, and all the games I had for it, maybe 5 or 6, 7 years ago. I don't even remember. But since then, I've been thinking about kind of getting one again. And I saw this, and I asked how much it was because I didn't see the price tag, and they said $40. So I got the Intellivision. It's actually really good condition from what I could tell. I tested it out. It works and everything. And the controllers feel pretty good. And I had asked, okay, well, what games do you have? Because I didn't see what games they had. And they, oh, here, here's the box and everything. And I pulled out like 7 games. And he was like, oh, no, take out more games because I'll give you a really good deal. And I wound up pulling out like 15 games. And he's like, how much do you want for the Intellivision plus these 15 games? And he says like $100. And I was like, it in my brain sounded like a really good deal. So I was like, sold, gave him $100. I got 15 games. So these are the games I got here. They're pretty far over here. And now I just brought them closer. Firstly, and these all seem to have everything included, and they're all pretty good shape. I start out with bowling. Again, we got the cartridge, the inserts, and everything. Then we've got, I don't know if I had bowling. Some of these I had in the past. Some of them I definitely didn't have. But I think I might have had bowling. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I didn't. I don't even remember playing that now that I think about it. Las Vegas, blackjack, and poker. I definitely had to get this one. This is like the one with the iconic shifty eye dealer. Again, got the overlays and manual and everything. And that's a thing within television. I don't like getting loose cartridges in it. I want the box and I want everything with it. And usually you can get that at a really decent price. Night Stalker, and if you break it down to 15 games, minus $100 minus the $40 for the Intellivision, so that's $60 for 15 games. That comes out to about $4 a game. Night Stalker, had to get Night Stalker when I saw that. And again, this was all from the same guy here. Overlays, and there's like a catalog, but the manual's in there as well. And we got Astro Smash, a very popular game here. And again, everything's in pretty damn good condition. Got the, and then the overlays, cartridge, manual. We got Major League Baseball, another really popular television game. Again, manuals and everything in there. Auto Racing. I don't remember if I had this one or not. I think I did. Overlays. 2 overlays, manual, cartridge. And of course, the ever popular Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, aka Cloudy Mountain. Cartridge, overlays. You got the catalog and manual. All right, this was one I didn't have, and I was looking forward to maybe finding a copy, and yeah, I found it. Triple Action, I had to buy planes, tanks, and something else. Car racing, apparently. Never played this one before, but I heard a lot about it, so we've got the cartridge and 2 overlays, and of course the manual. Like everything in that box. There was stuff I maybe I should have taken more, I don't know. We got Tron Mazatron, cartridge, overlays, and manual. Man, this is in really good condition. Skiing here. Of course, I love the skiing, basically on any system in the day. Intellivision, Atari 2600, everything in there. We got PJ Golf. Believe it or not, I like playing this one at my grandparents' house, and I'm a sucker for golf games. Almost on any system, so we got everything in there. Then we got Burger Time. I saw Burger Time. It is, there's a little tape around the corner here, but yeah, oh, you know what? I think you're supposed to open these from the bottom. I'm not 100% sure. No, in this case, it is the top. So yeah, everything's in there. Labels kind of got those glue marks and everything, but you know, that's Burger Time. And again, a lot of people will say that the Intellivision Burger Time is their favorite version of Burger Time. It's not mine, but I still like it. And then here's a game I definitely didn't have in the past, and that's Motocross. I saw that one. I was like, hey, that looks pretty damn interesting. So I believe everything's in there. I don't know if Burger Time had overlays or not. Ah, there's overlays in this. Take that back. There were overlays in Burger Time. They were in the manual. That's cool. And finally, for the Intellivision, I got Demon Attack. I love Demon Attack, and what's funny is like you play this on multiple systems and it's never the same game. It's the same basic premise on every system, but every system handles it differently. Oh, there are overlays, and they're actually under the cartridge. I actually thought this didn't have the overlays, because normally I think the overlays should be up here, but I guess they kind of fall around, so it makes more sense to actually put them under the cartridge. So, man, I am surprised that every single Intellivision game I bought includes the overlays and manual. So if you were paying attention, you heard that I had gotten 15 games in this deal, but I only showed you 14 Intellivision games, and that's because the 15th game is actually an Atari 2600 game I threw in there. Yar's Revenge. I mean, I think they only wanted like, yeah, $5 for it, but I threw it into the bundle, so I wound up getting it for about $4. This does not have the manual. It's just the cartridge in the box, but the funny thing is I'm pretty sure I have the manual for this already. So yeah, but now that we're on to Atari 2600 games, that was one of the major things I was looking for, was boxed Atari 2600 games. So I did get a few of those as well. So we have Outlaw. I believe this does have the manual as well. And these are pretty much all games that I've already had. I just didn't have the boxes. And I was kind of, this came from the same, next couple games came from the same person. So I'm sure it gotten a bundle. They only wanted like $5 for this, but I know with the bundle, it will end up being cheaper. This is a pretty damn beat up box for Berserk. And I didn't care because I picked it up anyway because I didn't have the box already and they only wanted $3 for this. I'm pretty sure the manual's in there as well. Another kind of beat up box for video chess, $5. Again, it was a bundle. All this was bundled together. And I think those were bundled together. Maybe, this one was with it too. I bought this one too. Venture. And this is actually sealed. So I don't think this has been opened. As far as I can tell. Now, the funny thing is I already had a boxed copy of Venture, but it was a completely different box. Let me get that for a second. Yeah, so this was the copy of Venture that I already had, and this is the new box that I have. So I got this game twice. Even the back is different on both of these. So I was kind of not even checking to see if I had the game or not. And I was like, I don't think I have this one because it didn't look familiar, and it's true, I had the game, but I just didn't have this. And since I already have the game, I'm never going to really open this. And then from another vendor, I bought not just these two, but there was something else mixed in there too. I had to get the box copy of Activision Tennis. I only wanted $8 for this. And then also from the same vendor, Stampede. Now this says 15, but again, I got this group together with a deal, so it wound up being cheaper. And I like the Activision boxes, and these are both of these really good boxes. And my final boxed 2600 game, and this was from a completely different vendor, is Warlords, and this is a really good condition box. I don't even remember what I paid for this. It wasn't much, but I love Warlords. I love the box art for this. This is sealed and definitely has not been opened. You can even tell from the tab has not been ripped. And since I do have this game, there's no need for me to open this. I can just enjoy the box. And I even think I have the manual for that somewhere else too. But I did buy a couple cartridge only Atari 2600 games that I didn't have. Oddly enough, I didn't have ice hockey. So this was $3. One of the last things I bought is like, hey, how much is that copy of ice hockey? $3? Okay, I'll buy it. Star Fox, not the Nintendo one. This is the first Star Fox. I knew I didn't have this. I don't even remember what kind of game this is. It's probably not a good one, but I didn't have it, so I picked it up. Sneak and Peek. I used to have Sneak and Peek, and I sold it. I had it with the box and everything. And I saw this, and I kind of threw it in with a bundle as well, just to have it again. It's not a great game by any stretch of the imagination, but why not throw it in as part of the collection? And I did get a couple of manuals as well. I was looking for the manual for Hero, but I could never find it. But one of these days I'm going to find it. But when I was looking through the manuals, I got one for Astro Blast, The Adventures of Tron. That's the dog who's shaking in the back there. Dark Caverns. I got the manual for Sneak and Peek. I bought that separately. That's kind of Worm War 1 and Arcade Pinball. I have this box, but I don't know if the manual was in there or not, so I figured I might as well just buy it. Because these manuals are like less than $1 each when you kind of bundle everything together. But I did buy a couple other non-Commodore 64 non-Intellivision. For the Atari 8-bit computers, I did get Missile Command. Oddly enough, I did not have this one. It was marked at 8, but again, I'm pretty sure I didn't buy that by itself. And this one, Pinball Spectacular for the Commodore 64. I never even heard of this before. And I saw it, I was like, I must have this because I'm a big fan of pinball. So I'm going to have to check and see what this is all about. Man, and now the dog's playing down here, so it's making a bunch of noise. And then there was a vendor. He had a bunch of Famicom games everywhere. And off in the corner, he said, anything on this corner of the table is $1 because I don't want to go home with them. So I just picked up a bunch of random names. Some of them I don't even know what they are. I'll have to look them up later. From Taito, this thing with the old man, I have no idea what this is, but I just like, okay, I'm interested. I'll throw it in there for $1. This one, Pachicom, it's obviously Pachinko, just to throw that in there. This looks like Baseball Stars, the NES version by SNK. Might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is Baseball Stars. I haven't looked any of this stuff up. I have no idea what this is, but some golf game by Namco. And then again, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna have to look this stuff up. But again, it was only $1, so I figured why not. And I love the Namco cartridges, so because they even have top end labels. Most Famicom games do not have top end labels. That's actually all the games. But I did mention that Brett Weiss was there, and he was selling books, and I didn't buy this. I brought this, and I had him sign this because I've had this. I bought this on Amazon a while ago, so he put his name over there. And then while I was there, I was planning on buying this because I was kind of eyeing the classic home video games from 1974 to 1984. Brett Weiss, he put it under his name right there. And then I kind of saw this, and that was what, how much, $25? I think this was $25. And then I saw this one, it's only $10. I was like, hey, give me this one as well, the Arcade and Other Strange Tales. So yeah, he went ahead and signed that as well. And I completely forgot to mention, but since I was one of the first people that entered the building, I also got this tote bag. You had the choice between a tote bag and a face mask, but of course I'm going to choose the tote bag. I think almost everybody chose the tote bag. So you had something to carry around your stuff in when you first entered in there. And I made several trips, and the Intellivision, in fact, they had to give me a huge box for that with everything, and I wound up having to run that out to my car. But I think that about covers it. It was a good time, and yeah, I'm looking forward to next year and finally getting back to other conventions and expos and whatnot. And probably the next one I'll be at is the Pinball Expo this October, but I'm certainly looking forward to next year's Video Game Summit. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye.